What's happening, future debt-free millionaires? This is Zach Edwards with another episode of the Debt-Free Millionaire Podcast. That's right, we're talking about personal finance today, and we're continuing a conversation we had yesterday, which was was with employment. Now, we went over the current economy yesterday, so if you weren't there, you didn't see it yesterday, you need to go back, read that, or listen to that one. We were talking about the state of the economy, and if you want to see the graphs, either go to our YouTube channel or check out the notes in the comments in the description for this podcast. There's some links there that'll bring you to articles that will give you a better understanding of what we're talking about. Today, though, this one might be touchy. This one might be very touchy. I mean, it would have been touchy to me. But here's the thing. Here's the question I want to pan to everyone. And hopefully they will understand this in the right way. Okay, here is the question. Are you worth the money you're receiving? Wow, that's sometimes really hard to hear. Am I worth the money that I'm receiving from my job? I thought I'm enough. I thought I was worth of this. I should get more pay. Here's the thing. Think about it. Are you worth the money that you're being paid? Now, the comments that was just made, not about are you worth it, but the one before that. I'm enough. I should be getting paid what I think I'm deserving. Well, that is all about you. Everything's about you. If everything's about you, go quit your job, walk away. You're not going to make it. The reason you are hired for a business is not for you. It is to make that business succeed. Okay, you think that's a little harsh? Well, try this one. The only way the state is going to keep you employed is if you benefit the state. How about this one? The federal government is going to keep you employed if you benefit the federal government. How about this one? A school district will only keep you employed if you benefit the school district and the students inside. Let's go back to the business. I forgot one. The company is only going to keep you employed if you are beneficial to the customers. Who's the customer of the company? Is it you? Or is it the person you're supposed to be serving? If you think that you're worth more and you're not willing to do anything to make it worth more, you might as well quit right now. Or wise up. Because the business is not there to make you money. The business is there to make the company money so it can keep everyone employed. Which means you need to start stepping up and working harder. Here's the thing. Are you worth the money you receive? Let me put it another way. Okay, so there's this big problem right now that's going on in jobs. One of the biggest contentions politically is something called minimum wage. Minimum wage is where you are paid a certain amount, the least amount that you can be paid, because the job is only at a certain level. So if I go work fast food, I should not be wanting anything more than minimum wage. If I want more than minimum wage, I better quit my full-time job or quit my job working for fast food and go get another job. Just so you know, the food industry has a very slim margin. On most fast food, on most small business, not franchises, but franchises also, but small businesses work on a small margin. What that means is, this is how much they make, this is all their expenses, this is their margin. It's everything in between what they make and what they spend to make that money. That little bit is their margin. When you get into the fast food restaurant, it's very small. That's why franchise owners, they don't own just one, they own like 3. Because they make so little off of each of the franchises. Now, again, it's a good amount of money, but it's so little that they have to be able to have like 3 franchises in order to stay above water personally, financially. So a minimum wage is great because it takes care of the employees. But here's the thing. People in politics keep saying, and I hate it when they say this because it totally demeans what minimum wage is for. They say, no one can live off of a minimum wage. You're darn tootin' right they can't, because they're not supposed to. A minimum wage is made for starting off. How many students are earning minimum wage at fast food restaurants? A huge amount of youth. How about people starting off? 18-year-olds, 19-year-olds that don't want to go to college or don't want to go to a trade school. They start off at minimum wage. Most of those people are still staying at home. Or most of those people have roommates. They don't have a full household. If you are working for full time at a minimum wage location and you have a family, you need to start wising up and get out of that job. Go find a better job. Now, the reason why I bring this up is because over in California, what is happening right now? They hiked minimum wage to $20 per person for all franchises that have 60 franchises or more in the country. Not just in California, in the country. So every McDonald's all of a sudden has to pay people from $15 an hour to $20 an hour. What happens when that happens? Everyone gets laid off. A large portion of the people get laid off. Your hours get reduced and the price of a burger goes up. For anyone, I was listening to NPR. Yes, I get my information from all different sources. I was listening to NPR, Planet Money. And they said that in California, the rates are going up because McDonald's decided they wanted to make more money off of it. Are you freaking kidding me? What are you talking about? You did not mention in that show the fact that inflation went up when it came to McDonald's. You know, you were talking about inflation before, but not when it came to McDonald's. You said, oh, they just want to make more profit. No, not at all. You also didn't mention that the price of people and employment went up. The minimum wage went up. They cannot charge minimum wage, and so they have to pay people more, which goes into the price of a burger. So they decided that they want to go down to $5 for a meal. And they want to do this on a limited basis because they don't have the money. It's going to lose them money. This person on NPR, Planet Money, said, yeah, they made the biggest mistake. They took too many profits and they didn't care about what their customers wanted and how much their customers could pay. No, they were thinking exactly that, but they had to raise prices because what? California went up to $20 an hour minimum wage. And again, minimum wage is not to be lived off of. And the fact that California has all their prices up and taxes up and everything else up is not the fault of the employer or the employee. It is because of California itself and all the regulations that they've put in. Gas prices are up, not because, look at everywhere else. Everywhere else it's like $3. California, it's up to $7. Why the difference? Because California is the way it is. Because California decides on very progressive rules and makes everyone else pay for it. I told you this yesterday, 2 days ago, and had to clarify it before that. Well, I had to clarify from what I said before, that their deficit, their budget deficit, was not 70 million like I said it was. No. It's $70 billion. It's how much they owe, or what they will owe, over how much they're going to spend on their budget. How crazy is that? You don't make enough. You cannot spend that money. You have to reduce everything until you get to a point where you can make as much money as you spend, or even make more money than you spend. But when you spend more money than you make, you can't do that. As a state, you cannot do that. Federal government, they'll print money, which isn't right. They'll take out more loans. As a government, as a state government, you can't do that. You can do bonds and stuff, but you can't do that. You can't live off of a deficit. And every year, the next 3 years, it's supposed to increase even more. This is the craziness of it. So, when it comes to you and me, am I worth the money I am receiving? Let's take another instance. A recession happens. If a recession happens, what happens? Say a housing recession. I'm working for a contractor that builds homes. All of a sudden, people aren't buying houses. That company's not making as much money. They're not making as much money. They can't keep everyone employed. It's very simple. That's how simple it is. You're making a ton of money. What happens in a down economy? You make less money off the houses, or you sell less houses. That means you make less money. You make less money. It's less money that you can put towards your employees. You can't put money towards employees. They get laid off. So, now, that being said, let's go into the meat of it. How do you become more worth the money that you are making? So, in this chapter, it's a very important chapter, very important. I want you to do something for us, for you, for yourself. Not for me. I don't care. I don't get anything off you doing this activity or not. I want you to write down, what qualities do I have to advance? What qualities do I have to advance? Very simple. What are the qualities? What are the skills? What are the things that I have going for me right now that is a reason I should be advancing? The second one, maybe I don't have that many in the first column. The second column is very important. It's even more important. What qualities do I need to advance? If I say that I am worth it, I am worth the money that I'm being paid for. Why am I worth it? What qualities do I have that give me this job or allow me to advance? This is not selfish on the company's part. You saying that you're entitled to these things is selfishness on your part. So, now, with that being said, how are you going to become more advanced? How are you going to keep your job that you have, or maybe get your boss's job? Because that's what it is. You can be selfish, totally. It's not a bad thing to think about yourself in certain circumstances, especially this kind of circumstance. I want to advance. I want to make more money. I need to make more money for my family. I want to make more money so I can buy more houses. I want. Well, you can want all you want, but unless you're going to do something about it, no benefit will come to it. But if you're going to do the hard work in getting the qualifications that you need to advance, you will get that job, or you'll get a better job. So, yes, again, this is a touchy subject. There's a lot of people out there that says, I'm entitled to what I earn. If you're entitled to it, then you are a slave to it. Ouch. Does that hurt? Does that hurt me saying that? Remember, if you are entitled to anything, it means you're getting something from somebody else. I'm entitled to minimum wage. Okay, what if minimum wage goes away? What if the job that you're working can't afford you anymore and goes under? There's no entitlement there. You're gone. There's nothing there. There is no money whatsoever at that point. So your entitlement has now landed you with nothing. Your entitlement is your slave. I'm entitled to X, Y, and Z. That means I am reliant on X, Y, and Z. The government is going to give you welfare. Now, I totally understand welfare. I've had family members that have had to go on welfare, that have had to do things because they lost their job. When I lost my job, I wasn't allowed to because I had too much money in retirement. They wanted me to spend my retirement before they would help me. And so I couldn't go on welfare. It's because I was saving so much money up in my entitlement. Plus, I had a house. They did not like that. They said I had to get rid of those things in order to get welfare. I wasn't going to pay out or start spending my retirement. One, I'd be taxed to the hilt for taking out money early. There's a penalty for taking money out early. And at the same time, I'm not going to reduce what I'm going to have in the future. No. That is the dumbest idea ever. So there are reasons for entitlements. There are reasons for welfare. It's for people that cannot afford, cannot do things. But a lot of people that are living off those entitlements are living off those entitlements for a long period of time, which they're not supposed to be doing. It was not made for someone to live the rest of their life off an entitlement. And here's the thing. Here is the biggest thing. You are a slave to your entitlement. Again, I said this was going to be very touchy. This is a very touchy subject. For some people that are on entitlements don't want to be considered that they're in slavery. It does not matter if you're black, white, whatever race you come from, whatever country you come from, it does not matter. If you are living off an entitlement, you are living off of something else, somebody else, and that will fail you. Again, this is why we do what we do here at Debt Free Millionaire. We want you to be self-reliant. We want you to be qualified for what you're doing. We want you to find the qualities that you need in order to do it. We want you to advance, succeed, and become a millionaire. This is why we do it. Doesn't matter your race, creed, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter where you come from, what background you have. Everyone has the ability in the United States to become a millionaire. Look at C.J. Walker. Look that up. Madam C.J. Walker. There are so many other examples of this. This is a woman who was black, back in 1900, became a millionaire from very much nothing. Look her story up. There are so many people in history, in U.S. history, more than any other country, that have become millionaires because they're willing to put in the time, the effort, and create those skills and qualities that they need. Now, take that column, the qualities needed for advancement. Go to the second graph in our workbook. These are the qualities. Write them there. Write them there. The next column says, where will I obtain these skills and these qualities? Great. Write them down. If you need to go back to college, go back to college. If you need to go to a trade school, go to trade school. If you need to take continual education, go to continual education. Do whatever it takes so that you can never say, I am entitled to something, because you're not. You will be sadly mistaken or sadly disappointed if you rely on everyone else to take care of you and you cannot take care of yourself. Now again, very touchy subject. I understand that. I very much understand that. That's why we're bringing this up. And I can actually say it is because I, unlike all those that give you entitlements, actually love you. I am so vested in your success that I will do anything possible to teach you how to get there. I don't make money off this podcast. I don't have advertisements on here, at least right now. I'm not doing these things for the betterment of me, except the possibility in the future that I will be able to do it. I'm not entitled to you paying me money just because I give you this information or just because I put it up on the airways. No, in the capitalistic society which we live in, not a free market, because the government has too many hands in it, but in a capitalistic society, I put in my effort and I wait to see what comes out of it. Now, I don't just wait and kick back and just relax. No, I continue to work. I work Historical Conquest. I work Zogos Gaming. And I work Debt Free Millionaire. Those are the three things that I do. Now, I don't do as much with Debt Free Millionaire because it's just starting out. And these other two are very, very important to me. Those are the ones that I'm driven to do and that I have responsibilities because I have employees and other things, other contractual agreements. Debt Free Millionaire is just starting off. So everything that I do right now is to benefit you. And in the future, I hope that it will benefit me. But I can't put all the time and effort that I want to because I have all these other responsibilities. That's why those other two, Historical Conquest number 1, Zogos Gaming number 2. And at some point I will get partners and I will have employees that will take care of all those things. And I can put more time into Debt Free Millionaire, which I plan to do this year. I have the opportunity to this year. I have the ability to this year. And if I need some other skill or quality, I'm going to pick that up and I'm going to do the hard work because I'm not entitled to make money just because I put information out there. I'm entitled to reap the benefits that I create in my own life. Again, I'm not entitled to something else of somebody else's. I'm entitled to the effort and the stuff that I put out and the money that I make. So it's not about me at all. This is about you. I want the best for you because I love you as a brother or sister. Those that try to give you entitlements, they see you as political propaganda, political objectives, political voters. I don't have any of that. I don't want any of that. I want to see you succeed. I want your stories. That is what I want. If I get nothing else, I want your stories. I want to know how you listened to this and was able to succeed because of this, and then share the stories with me. That would be worth every second I put into this company, because you will be more entitled to what you put together and what you do. This is why this is so important. And I was going to use some images, but I just got too much into this. I don't think I needed it. Not today. Not today with this very important subject. You're not entitled to anything that you're not going to put the effort into doing. That's right. Now, when it comes to faith, it's a little bit different. There's nothing that you can do to I'm trying not to go too much into the religious part of this, but I think you understand. Though at the same time, I'm not entitled to anything in my faith. I do my part, whether it's faith, whether it's my works, whatever it is, helping others. And I hope that in the future, I will see the benefit of that. Same thing goes with life. You can be entitled, you can live off entitlements. It's up to you. Or you can make your life so much better by actually making the things that you do work for you and hopefully work for others as well. If I rent a house, I don't just make money off of a house. I provide a service for a family that lives there, which is actually reminds me, I need to go down to this house that I own, the duplex, and I need to send a snake down its drain line to try to unclog a drain that's there. And I'm going to do that today. It's going to take a little bit of time off my other things that I'm supposed to be doing, but I know it's essential. It's a service for another person, and I can do it, which is why I do it. I'm not entitled to their money. I'm entitled after I do my work that they fulfill their contractual agreement to pay me. And so it is a great obligation. And this is, one side at least, is a great couple who have been married for 63 years, I think it was. 63 years. It's just amazing. They're 80 years old. They love each other just as much as they did when they first got married. And I'm going to go serve them by unclogging their drain today. But yeah, do things not for yourself. Don't be selfish. Don't think it's all about you. Remember, everything that you do has a lot more than just you in part of it. Everything that you do. I don't think there's anything that you do that is going to be completely just you. Because you're going to go out into the public and you're going to act certain ways. And it's all going to come back and hurt or help society. So be a help. Serve others. Donate. Become a millionaire so you can donate more. There's nothing selfish in that, in the sense that you're taking away from others just to make more money for you. Don't do that. Do things that serve others. Make a difference in this world. Be you. That's all I got to say. So thanks so much for joining me on this Debt-Free Millionaire Day, and we will talk to you soon. Take care. Bye.